Think about those people that set up, say, I'm just going to do call transfers. They got a whole bunch of leads. They know what they should do. They're just now not applying it. They have a system. It's called calling your client with your dialer out of your CSV file or your Excel spreadsheet. You actually got to take initiative. Your system may be working, but there's going to be gaps of efficiencies even inside of a good system. And if an agent is not saying to themselves, I'm the one who is the mover of the needle here. I can have the best system. I can have the best structure. And if I'm not applying myself across all of these, nothing works. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Life Insurance Academy podcast. I'm here with Chris and Zach today, and we got 3 things that we think it takes for agents to succeed at a high level. This is kind of a cross-up between a training and a podcast, a conversation and a training wrapped in one. If you're interested to know what those 3 things are, hang on, hold on to your seats, buckle in, because this one's about to get rowdy. Chris Ball, Zach McElwain, what's going on?
Boom. I'm excited. This is a transform your life burrito. That's what we're dealing with here today. So I'm excited.
That's your go-to meat with ham.
It is. It is. But you can put ham in a burrito.
No, you can't.
Someone please put a comment in the bottom saying, Chris, what is a go-to meat? Not like go to meeting, like a go-to meat, M-E-A-T. Write that in. What is your go-to meat?
When it comes to jokes, it's always ham.
It's always ham. All right. Let's go, guys. Let's go.
Meat.
What are these 3 things? We just got off a call, right, with some people looking to win at a high level in this business. Mm-hmm. They've been in the business for a little while. They're succeeding. They're having success in sales. They don't know how to take their business to the next level. They're struggling to create something that they can attract people to.
And they're successful.
They're successful in their own personal sales. Mm-hmm. Just the other day, we're fielding calls from people saying, I've got so many opportunities. I don't know where to land. Is it life insurance? Do I do mortgage protection? Do I do final expense? How do I incorporate annuities? What about this Medicare thing you guys keep talking about? And they're trying to figure out where to land and to navigate. They're trying to figure out a way to have success. So if you're watching today, if you're listening today, I think one of the biggest things that people struggle with is this idea of how to start, how to keep things simple, and how to have success in like sequential wins, or I guess take steps towards success.
Yeah.
And what's required to do that so you can scale up? Because for most people, they've never done this before. I never did it before. Mm-hmm. You didn't do it before, right? We all started brand new. It's not like we're, coming into this thing with all kinds of insurance experience. Right. Everyone starts somewhere. So what are these things that we need, that people need to understand to succeed at a high level?
I think it boils down to, in all of those questions you asked, anytime you have a question, it's uncertainty. And it's really cool to think that you can be uncertain if you're brand new and you've never even sold a thing, or you just got your license, you don't know where to go. And you can also, just like those guys you're just referring to, you could succeed at a very high level, but still have uncertainty to how to get to the next level. Or once you hit a plateau, what do you need to do? The uncertainty is always there with different levels. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah. The idea of having success and selling at a high level, and the idea of having to continue to do that, I think, honestly, it wears people out. I don't think I know anybody who's like, man, when I'm 65 years old, I want to sell. So I think there are
some people are getting into this at 65,
right?
Trying to learn how to sell.
Yeah. But you're
talking about people who've been in it for years?
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Like people, there's a reason why we're having a conversation with folks who are having success at sales. Like they're looking for something more. They're looking for
those guys, the people I refer to first.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. Well, then there's also the new guys who are like, I don't even know where to start.
Yeah,
I don't know what to do at all.
And they're all in the same room.
Yeah, sometimes they're all in the same room. Yeah, or at least in the same day where the phone calls.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And we're talking to them all.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting to see that, because there is a point. I'm talked to an agent a couple days ago who was saying, "Man, I've been on this thing where I'm out there and I'm having success." Same conversation with personal sales, and I know there's more. There's got to be more. I would like to build a business, and isn't aware that there's a possibility for that.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool to be able to do that.
Well, go ahead.
So what are people looking for? That's what it boils down to. They're all looking for something, and a lot of times they're not sure exactly what they're looking for.
Yeah. I think it comes, Zach just said it, right? We talk about this all the time in terms of uncertainty, this idea of uncertainty. People don't move forward when they're uncertain.
Right.
That's it. They don't know how. They don't know how to move forward when they're uncertain. I mean, you can watch it in babies trying to learn how to walk. If they're nervous, they're looking or they sit down. Stand up, and then they sit down on their butt again, and then they start crawling because I know how to do that. But this standing up thing feels weird, right? And you got to watch them go through this struggle, and the parents get over there. Come on, take 2 steps. Oh, look, you did it. And you're holding their hands, and they're walking, and as they're walking and they're learning, right? They're doing the little baby steps, right?
Kind of scary.
They're taking their little baby steps. They start to get confidence because, I can do this. Someone's helping me, right? But when kids are uncertain, they don't step. When adults are uncertain, they don't move forward. They don't make a change in their life. They'd rather stay complacent and broke than take a risky step and change something and lose the broke life that they have.
Correct.
They'd rather hold on to something that they're not happy with now because they're uncertain with how the next chapter is going to be.
Yeah.
Think about that.
There's also a relationship between uncertainty and speed. The more uncertain, the slower you go. The more certain, the faster you go.
Yeah. You ever go to the bathroom in the dark? Last night, dude, I was coming back from the bathroom, clipped my toe on the side of my bed. I'm like, I've been walking around that bed for years. How'd I do that?
Right.
Oh, no. Guess what? Tonight, I'm probably going to be swinging a little wide or a little more cautious in the dark, right?
You ever go to get a potty chair next to his bed.
I'm gonna shock you, Roger. I'm going to shock you.
What?
Ready? Saw a movie last night. Does that surprise you?
No.
Went and saw Air. The Nike movie about how they signed Michael Jordan.
I see.
Oh, go see it. Great movie. Very, very inspiring.
Yeah.
They're having these same conversations in there. Like, it's a new shoe division. They didn't have basketball shoes before. They were just running shoes. That was it.
Correct.
This new basketball division, and their budget for bringing on talent was $250,000. That was it. They had this recruiter come in and he's like, I need more money. And they're like, no, you have $250,000. And so they're deciding how they're going to use it. They've always brought in 4 or 5 people. He's saying we need one person. We're putting it all on one person. That's Michael Jordan. That's it. We're going to bet all of it on this guy.
The full 250.
The full 250. And they're like, are you trying to put us out of business? Are you crazy? But it was such an interesting journey of that idea of moving slow, being cautious, or do you put the pedal down? It's pretty interesting.
Uncertainty causes you to move slow.
Yeah.
Likewise, you get to a hotel room, you don't know your way around the hotel room in the dark. You're like feeling with your hands. You're trying to figure out how to get there. People who get their driver's license for the first time. You see your kids. Right. I've actually had to put 3 of my kids into the world, right, into the interstates of the world. And man, releasing them to do that is, and you see them, they're so nervous at first.
I didn't know a car could go that slow on the highway.
They're just really, really nervous. They're uncertain. Agents are like that. When people are coming into this business, we acknowledge that the reason you're uncertain is because you don't know what to do next. And we're here to tell you today there's some things that you need to create certainty in your life. Chris, what would be one of those first things? From all the conversations we're having, from the newest person who doesn't know where to get started or how to get started, to the people who are trying to grow their business to the next level, I think we've broken these down into 3 areas.
I'm curious,
what would be one of the first
I'm
ones?
Curious to see, I'm trying to think in order of what is the most important. I know Zach thinks that way.
I was already thinking that.
Yeah, I was thinking that. And I'm thinking, for me, I think structure is probably the most important. I kind of look at it like someone who's...
People need structure.
They need structure. They have to have structure. Is that? I have no idea what you drew.
He wrote
there.
structure first.
Oh, did you switch? Is that what that was?
I wrote them down and then I
switched it.
Yeah.
So you thought the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And I kind of think of it in terms whenever we talk about insurance and people get jazzed and excited about the opportunity and the money, it's like being dropped off at the mall and you have to go find a certain store. You have to find Foot Locker to get the great deal on the shoes, whatever. And you walk in there, there's
the
no
directory's missing.
The directory's missing.
Or you're not at the door where the directory is.
No. Yeah. Yeah. You're just wandering around. You're looking at...
I can see you doing that.
Geez. It drives me nuts,
I think most people, most humans, no
we
matter
got
what
Annie
age...
Ann's.
Yeah, those are good.
Auntie Anne's.
But we're all normally used to being told what to do. In a way. No, the human nature, nobody likes to be told what to do.
No, but we expect it, though.
But we expect it.
We've been conditioned.
That's the thing.
Yes.
Any type of job you've ever had, these are your tasks. This is your job description. You do this, and then you do that, and then you finish up doing that. Like it's in a lot of people can't take the initiative to create or be that trailblazer. So
it's really hard.
Yeah, it is.
Well, I think there's a difference between being told what to do and actually understanding a structure. I think people want structure.
They do want structure.
People need structure. Kids want structure. They need to know where the boundaries are, where the parameters are, what time are meal times, what time I'm supposed to go to bed, what time I'm supposed to wake up. Is someone bringing me to school or do I get on a bus? Like they want certainty. That's why people like routines for a lot of senses. You know, they get into a routine.
Expectations are
their
huge.
Habits, expectations. I think that's structure. I think some of the other things, you know, not being told what to do.
But that's what I meant. I meant like lining out. This is the game plan. This is what you should be doing. Or other people that found success in this area, this is what they were doing. Okay, so I need to do something similar to that, or I need to be in the same parameters of that if I want the same results of that. And having that structure, that guideline, that pathway. I mean, heck, nowadays, there's barely anybody that goes anywhere without using Waze on their phone
I'm one of them.
or Google Maps.
Yeah. And it can be overwhelming just in that word insurance. I mean, what are we talking about? Are we talking about final expense, mortgage protection, Medicare, annuities, like you can
whole life,
P&C, dog insurance, like
pet insurance,
and you hear the excitement and the enthusiasm in your direction is based on, a lot of times for people, it's based on the loudest enthusiastic voice, which may not be the best fit for them at that time.
It's not just that now. I mean, now you have divisions on what particular part of insurance you want to move into, but now are you going to do face-to-face or are you going to do telesales? Or now are you going to run direct mail leads or are you going to run some sort of digital lead? Like there's so many different branches you can break off to, and each of those have slightly different structures in order to be successful.
They should have structures.
I think a lot of people found us by searching online, right? A lot of people found our podcast by searching life insurance sales podcast.
Yes.
Or going on YouTube, you know, life insurance sales. And, you know, they'll find Cody Askins. They'll find Dave Dufer. Dave's been on our channel. They'll find Life Insurance Academy. And they'll find a few others. But then you find some of these brand new people that's got like, you know, they've been putting up videos for 6 months, once every 3 or 4 weeks, sometimes once every 3 days.
Yeah.
Right? There's no consistency. They're telling you what they're doing, what they should do. And a year later, they're gone. Like you see like 22 videos and then nothing more. It's like, what happened to that person? You know? And so you don't know who to listen to.
Right.
So there's people trying to source open source information. They're seeking structure. They're seeking opportunity. They don't know where to find it. And they don't even know who to listen to sometimes.
Yeah.
And sometimes it can be very confusing.
Yeah. And it is like trying to build something without the instructions. They're grabbing something and it may be there. So I guess we got to give them practical. Like what is practical for our listeners in regards to system?
System?
Oh, I'm
That's
sorry.
a new
Structure.
word.
No, hey, delete that. Edit that out. Just kidding. No, in regards to structure do you have a map to reach 6 figures? Is that a good number? Do you have a map to build a business? Those are the questions. And the people that you're aligned with, can they answer those questions? I think that's a simple way of saying it.
What's the path?
What's the path?
Is it simple?
Do you know what you want to accomplish, and do you have a plan to get there?
Yeah.
What's your structure for that, right?
Yeah.
Chris, what's a simple structure to 6 figures in life sales, simplified life sales?
You have to get licensed. You have to get started. You have to get trained. You have to get leads. You have to get working. Get selling. And then get profitable. That's it. Yeah. So having 6 steps to success. But mapping that out. Now there's details in there, right? Like, what do I do to get trained? I know people who have had success listening to the podcast, getting started. Just listen to the podcast and going out and trying the stuff that we make up on the fly. Just, no, guys, we know what we're talking about.
We make up on the fly.
And then, there's people who subscribe to our courses or our coaching and things like that.
Yeah.
There are folks who have some maps from their IMOs. We do ask them, check with your upline if they have upline managers, but certain number of leads, how many leads does it take to get to six figures? You just have to figure out what you're trying to accomplish, and are you having the right conversations with the right people to help you achieve that?
Here's a structure. I'll give you a structure.
Okay, I'm ready.
One application a day. Learn how to sell one application a day, 5 days a week.
That's easy.
One application a day, 5 days a week. Average premium, $70 a month. $840 in annualized premium. If you're at a contract average of 100% on your contract and you sold 5 of those a day or 5 of those a week, it's going to be about $4,200. $4,200 in submitted business a week. You're not going to be that good. You're probably only going to issue pay about $3,000 a week because one's going to change their mind, one's going to fall off, whatever. So you're going to issue pay $3,000. $3,000 times 4 weeks is $12,000. $12,000 times your compensation with investing $750 every week into marketing and leads is going to net you a net annualized earnings of $112,000.
It sounds like a good structure.
There's your steps to six figures right there.
Oh,
one app a day, 5 days a week, $70 a month. Invest $750 a week in leads. It will annualize you on an advance about $75,000 a year. And once you get to the back end, months 10, 11, and 12, you're going to be earning monthly earnings tracking at $112,000 a year. There's six figures. That's one way you can do it.
Write that down.
Sales. Write it down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Boom.
Structure.
And
then there's another piece. What you got?
Well, you already gave it away to him, kind of.
I know. Just pretend I didn't.
The next piece would be having systems in place.
That's really good. I'm going to write that down.
Systems. Put the big word up there, Adam. Systems. Systems.
I like it.
I don't know. Drop it in. Boom. Like hitting rocks and concrete at the bottom and smashing the word systems appearing. Yeah, I'm
just keep
visualizing
talking because I want to see how much he
visualizing
continues to add to it.
Yeah.
So what are you thinking when you come up with systems?
Systems to me, one
You're
word.
a systems dude.
I am a systems dude. The word that really comes to mind when you think about systems, because you can be successful without it. A lot of people were. Before there were systems, there was structure, there was success, and the way systems came about is it's all wrapped around efficiency, in my opinion. How to do what I'm doing easier, faster, quicker, so then I can do more of it. And systems just make everything easier for you, no matter what your goal is, to personally produce more, to be able to enhance your marketing and send reminders to your clients, to make sure that you're tracking when they turn certain ages, to possibly cross-sell in other avenues with them. Just absolutely everything you can think about in client care and organizing your business and hitting your numbers, tracking your numbers, even tracking towards incentive trips. Everything you can do revolves around having systems in place to make you more efficient, which then is going to result in you more money and faster growth and faster scale for your company.
Do you have a platform to plug into for training? Do you have a proven platform to plug into for reliable lead sources?
What are the non-negotiables, you think, in regards to systems? Like if you're...
Depends on your problems. Systems are problem solving. Right?
Yeah.
So when you think about, and I know this because this was us back in the day, right? Like anybody that came on, you're physically training them from start to finish on everything and teaching them how to walk and talk and the word life insurance and everything. And
starts with I.
It's
followed by an N.
It's really good, but it gets exhausting. And then you start to realize you have a problem. Your problem is you don't have the time and energy to pour everything you have into every single new recruit. Even if you did, you're very limited on the number of recruits that can come in and out of your organization because of you're doing all the work. So you put a training system in place, and that can get as advanced as you want it to be. It could start out just teaching them the basics of insurance or understanding comps or understanding insurance companies. And it can get as highly developed as teaching them how to cross-sell and sell every single type of insurance from basic to advanced in every single type of market, policy reviews, coverage, how to write e-apps with every single carrier.
Yeah.
It can get it as advanced as you want. And that system allows you to free up your time and energy to do more coaching, mentorship, and growing somebody.
Yeah.
Well, on the sales side, a system can be as simple as, hey, is there a way for me to import my leads into a spreadsheet so I don't have papers all over my desk?
Yeah.
When I first started off, I just had all these pink cards, man.
Right.
Literally in postcard size. That's how they used to send them to me. And then I was like, can you guys send me the PDF so I can just print these things off? Because I want to be able to print them off and have places to write the notes. So then they started doing that. I was like, is there a way I can get these into like a spreadsheet file so I can start organizing them and saving them and tracking them by zip code, organizing them by zip code for future use in case I don't get them? Well, sure. Let me send you that. So like all of these were efforts to systemize my process so that I could make myself more efficient towards, being successful at a higher level in sales. And ultimately now we have CRMs, client management services, and support mechanisms like agency management systems, lead platforms, training portals,
telesales tools,
dialers.
Telesales
You don't want to dial the number.
All the lead scripts in one spot, so agents can onboard quickly. We've developed Go plans, right, for agents in each vertical of our business. So once you plug in, if you're plugging into this vertical, here are the 6 steps to success, and here's where everything is that you need to find so you can plug in immediately and have success. Do you have a system in place that you can plug into to optimize your efficiency, to create more certainty so you can step forward and win faster?
Simple. Systems is time and money, right?
Yeah.
Put systems in place to save more time so you can spend more time, obviously, with your family, but also using revenue-generating activities.
That structure and systems have to work together, because you can do what you said, Zach, and have a system where you have everything massively built out and trained, but then that creates a new problem. Like, where do I start?
Yeah.
That's where those two pieces have to be in alignment, working together.
The best example is any large automobile company like Ford. They have systems, technology in place that does the majority of the work, but on the line, we have one here in Louisville, but on the line, you have all the different employees that are overseeing that one station and just making sure they may have a small, simple task, but they're working in tandem with the systems to achieve maximum efficiency in building cars.
Yeah, and they're putting cars out every couple of minutes, coming out the other end. A new car keeps popping out every couple of minutes.
Isn't that crazy?
Nuts.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
One thing that I can say about system is oftentimes agents or new people coming into the business, you have 2 options. You have 2 options when it comes to systems. Try to develop and build one yourself, which is hunt.
Good luck with that.
Hunt and peck, and you're sourcing information from everywhere, and you don't even know it's the right information, as we talked about earlier. Or find an organization that has a system, that has a structure that you can plug into. Now, that's going to take some work also, because there's multiple factors that you need to consider when you're considering a system. Does this have the type of compensation in the right vertical, in the right market that I want? Now, how are those markets supported with ancillary services for leads, for calling, for training, for support? That may be a selling system, but they don't have a growth system.
Right.
So then you have to look for, and if you want to grow, you're going to get capped out in that selling system. So then you need to also look for a growth system to either apply over top of it or find a new organization that encompasses both. Then some organizations are very growth focused and very poor on sales.
Correct.
So you need to do some looking, and you need to find out what suits what you're looking to accomplish so that you can become efficient and certain with being able to step forward quickly, efficiently, and profitably. So, land on the thing that you're looking for, but do your due diligence.
Yes, do your homework.
What's the last one, bro? What is the
last one? Is applied effort.
Applied
effort. I was trying to think, what is the most important?
You guys are going to be mad at me.
Uh-oh. You're going to say that's the most important one.
No, I actually eliminated that one completely.
Oh.
What
are we doing?
One?
I did.
What are we doing here?
Here's the reason.
You just changed the whole
applied
podcast.
Effort doesn't even matter.
No.
You stay home.
No, here's the
Call
point.
of Duty. Let's play, guys.
It matters so much that you have to have it in all 3 areas. And that's what I mean.
You need applied effort in applied effort area.
Absolutely. No. So I eliminated it. So we're not talking about the applied effort area.
Okay.
We're talking about it right now.
So applied effort and systems, applied effort and structure.
Exactly, because you have to build the systems. You have to be intentional about the systems. You have to apply the effort and utilizing.
You don't have to build a system.
Utilizing the system
I would agree
to
with
achieve efficiency,
Yeah.
right? Or you don't have a system. There's one available, but you don't have one.
Yeah.
The other part is structure. There's structure, but you have to apply effort to seek out, is that the right structure for me? Is this the right go plan for me? Is this the right area I want to do? And actually move forward in researching and doing it. And the third one that I replaced applied effort with was,
I ain't replacing applied effort, but I'll listen to your third one.
okay, well, you can. It's scale. It's scale, because you have structure, you have
There
systems.
might be 4. I'm not going to give up applied effort.
And scale.
But I like it because of the alliteration, though.
But you put the applied effort in every single one, because scale's nothing unless you apply effort to scaling. Now it takes all of those factors together. You apply effort to scaling. Now you're able to recruit people and teach people to do the same. Now you're applying effort.
Not if you just want to be a sales producer. A lot of people listening to this, they just want to sell life insurance.
Either way, they can scale their amount of clients.
Their sales. They can scale
They're
their
scaling
sales.
something.
Yes.
You're scaling clients, or you're scaling agents.
I agree with that.
He's
And-
hard to argue with sometimes, man.
Who?
You try.
Me?
Both of you. What was I saying? What was I? I forgot I was in the room.
So
when
I think
oh my
it's
God.
struck
You two and my wife.
I mean, this could be different.
You must have a great wife.
So she's amazing.
She is
Exactly.
amazing.
Yeah, she
You're
is.
lucky to have her.
I am. I'm tearing up right now.
And the
Okay.
reason being
Yep.
is you can't do the other two without applied effort. So I feel like applied effort is assumed to have
We
success
can't
in
assume
anything.
it, bro. There's
No,
way
you
too many
can't
people
assume
home. Way too many people home waiting for life to
The
happen.
system will do it for me.
There's way too many people home waiting for life to happen. There's people at home waiting for their calls, their call transfers to
Oh,
come
yes,
in. And
that is a
between call
fact.
transfers, they're doing nothing.
So you don't have structure, you don't have a system.
I agree.
What are you
I
applying
think
effort
you're right.
to?
I think you have
But
to
they
have
do.
applied effort.
Some
though.
people
You
have
can't
a
assume
structure
it.
and have a system, but they don't apply themselves.
Well, they can't, because we don't have uncertainty. So it's referring back to the beginning of the call. They're all frozen, right? You can apply effort and have anxiety and sit there and shiver and shake on your couch.
But think about those people that set up, say, I'm just going to do call transfers, right? And they
I
got a
know
whole
that-
bunch of
that
leads.
happens.
They got a whole bunch of leads. They know what they should do. They're just now not applying it. They have a system. It's called calling your client with your dialer out of your CSV
You
file
said
or your
something
Excel
there.
spreadsheet.
You said
Right, you actually got to take initiative. Your system may be working, but there's going to be gaps of efficiencies, even inside of a good system. There's gaps of inefficiencies, or there's gaps that you need to fill.
Mhm.
And if an agent is not saying to themselves, I'm the one who is the mover of the needle here. I can have the best system. I can have the best structure. And if I'm not applying myself across all of these, nothing works.
Absolutely.
Nothing works.
I think, what was the title of this podcast? It was the three
things
things to
to
what?
achieve at a high level.
Achieve at a high level. That's the
Mhm.
point. Achieve it. This isn't 3 things to not achieve at a high level, right?
Correct.
It's a 3 things to achieve at the
Mhm.
high level. And you have to have applied effort in every single one of them, where you're not going to have achieve anything
would
at a
agree.
high level.
So maybe applied effort's number one.
I think
But without the other two, you're just running
a
around.
high level
doing a lot of
makes
work.
it
Applied
automatically
effort.
applied.
Yeah.
Makes everything move.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
It's the gas
Yeah.
or the
Yep.
foot on the gas.
Exactly.
one
To
or
me,
the other.
that's the internal motivation and the desire to do something, even when you get adversities. But when you have a system, when you have structure, you can actually apply the effort. And with applied effort to a system and structure, I believe then you can scale. So I think it's number 3, and then we can turn this into a 4th thing, and the last one will be scale, which would lead to scale.
Well, then there's the motivation or applied effort.
All right.
Then there's the goal setting. Right?
Yeah, I mean, we could go on for hours.
Yeah.
I agree. I like the scale piece.
Yeah, we're
Added
all
to it.
moving towards
Mhm.
something, because you think about the conversations you just had with a couple of top producers. Why are they having that conversation? They're successful, right?
Mhm.
Why are they not just satisfied with the plateau they've hit? And by the way, their plateau may be higher than most other people's full-blown dreams or
Right,
goals, right?
Correct. Mhm.
So everybody has different levels to that. But if they don't have that, like, why do they not just stop where they're at? Why do they not try to achieve another level? And it's that scale factor, and they're trying to scale their book of business, their clients, for
Mhm.
revenue, for different opportunities for their wife, for their family, or they're trying to scale their agents ultimately for the same thing, but there's 2 drastically different paths. You're either doing a lot on your own or you're building a team around you to do a lot of it together.
Correct.
And both of them are highly successful.
Yeah. Yep. So with these three components, and fourthly, with applied effort over top of all of them, you can remove the uncertainty. You can remove the uncertainty that holds most people back.
Yeah.
And if you remove uncertainty for people, they'll move forward. In life, they'll move forward. In sales, they'll move forward. In building a business, they'll move forward if the uncertainty is removed and they can step confidently. So my question to you is, do you have a system? Do you have structure? Are you prepared to scale? And are you willing to put in the applied effort? Those are the questions you need to answer for yourself. And I think if you can answer those and you're honest with yourself, and then seek out people that can help you develop those, where you can acquire them, you can become a part of that system and structure, you're on your way to six figures and beyond, because this is, in my opinion, the best kept secret in America, and it can change your life. You guys got any closing comments?
Boom.
What Chris said.
Boom. All right. We'll see you on the next episode of the Life Insurance Academy podcast.